Hey, yo, what is going on, you guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be showcasing Zombie Junk using Zombie Captain Marvel, which I will have to say, I think I was wrong about this card. I think this card is very meh, but this deck actually feels like it's got some legs, and we did actually really well with this deck. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So in case you guys did not know, Zombie Captain Marvel is the brand new Series 5 card that did release yesterday. That is a 4-cost, 4-power card with the ability Activate. Destroy your other cards here, get +3 power for each, and then move to a location you are losing. This does not move to any locations that you are tied at. You have to be losing that location in order for Zombie Captain Marvel to move. And, you know, 4-cost activates are kind of in a rough spot in general. I mean, something like this opposed to something like, Mega Sentinel, which is a little bit more telegraphed. This right here, you have to set up other cards into this lane for the Zombie Captain Marvel value, and it kind of is like, is it a little too late kind of thing? And am I actually trying to, move this to another location where I'm losing? Is it actually going to win me the game there? Like, it's just like tough. And I think in that game plan, I think when it comes to Zombie Captain Marvel opposed to other 4-cost activates like a Symbiote Spider-Man, you're setting up, of course, your opponent knows you're going to be playing another card onto the Symbiote Spider-Man. Makes it a little tough there. And like, there's so much Cosmic Ghost Rider at the moment as well. Being able to offset this and be able to offset that Symbiote Spider-Man. Same with like the Omega Sentinel. Like Omega Sentinel is a bit different because you have like Jocasta and stuff to get extra value from, whereas like this, you don't really get crazy value with Jocasta on this card. Yes, it would allow you to destroy cards again and allow this to move again, but like, it's not the same when you're looking at this opposed to like those other 4-cost activates. Like 4-cost activates are good if they could use Jocasta with them. Whereas some of these other ones, I don't know. I think I still put Symbiote Spider-Man above this card itself just because you can do more with Symbiote Spider-Man. You don't have to set up other cards. I mean, you have to set up other cards onto Symbiote Spider-Man, but you don't have to set up like 3 cards on and then have to be losing a location to meet another condition. It just, Symbiote Spider-Man looks at the lowest costed card in that lane in order to get that value. So I think that's where I'm like, I just don't really like it. Whereas like we liked it in this list though. Which, as we talk about the list in general, like, it felt good in this, having this as an alternate line to be able to destroy the Void, to be able to destroy some of these smaller cards, to be able to get value, or even some of these bigger cards to get into locations we wouldn't be able to get into normally. Like, that felt pretty nice. But the main engine of this list is pretty much a Werewolf Merlin kind of situation. Like, it's literally just Werewolf Junk. And we added Zombie Captain Marvel in here. I think, realistically, you probably would do a different on-reveal card. Maybe you do run a Shadow King in this list, or just maybe a Shang-Chi instead of, Zombie Captain Marvel, since you are using Zabu in this list. But in general, this list felt pretty good. We drew Zombie Captain Marvel a few times, and we got that for the video, of course. But it didn't feel like a necessity in this list. It felt like this list did have legs on its own, which felt really nice, because maybe we'll be doing something like this here in the future without Zombie Captain Marvel and just testing to kind of see how that does. But let's go ahead and jump right into why we have each card in this list individually, and as always, the deck code will be down in the description below. So starting off first and foremost, we do have the Hood, which is a on-reveal card for your Werewolf, a good card for you to be able to target with your Merlin, a card that you can send over to your opponent's side of the board with Viper or with Annihilus, and it gives you a Demon, 1/6. It's kind of just a typical card you would see in one of these style of lists, and it just works so well. And in general, this card still is fantastic. I mean, like, I'm surprised that they haven't made the Demon a 1/5 just yet. Maybe they'll do that in the next OTA. Knocking on one they don't, because I don't think it necessarily needs it. But this card is just fantastic in this list, and it wouldn't be like a junk package kind of without, the Hood in the list. Next, of course, we have Zabu. We are running Juggernaut. We are running Sentry. We are running Zombie Captain Marvel. We're running 3 different 4-cost cards. I wanted to have some sort of like cheat out to be able to get those out potentially early or give us some better plays later in the game. We have Zabu for that. Another good target for once in future for Merlin. Something you could polymorph as well. And then, of course, I was thinking about potentially doing like Surge and stuff, but like I don't necessarily think I'm going to be playing out every single card that gets Surged, which is why I did Zabu instead of Surge. And then, of course, we have Nico Minoru, the Swiss Army knife. All of her spells are really beneficial. The only one that you guys need to keep in mind, if Nico does turn an on-reveal card into a demon, Werewolf will not move into the lane where that card was turned into a demon, because as that card does finish setting onto the board, it is no longer an on-reveal card, it is a demon. So Werewolf does not move to wherever that card was. So just keep that in mind when it comes to that Nico spell. But this gives you a bunch of different options. something that's just like feels really solid into this. It's a 1 cost that does way more than normal 1 cost cards. It just feels absolutely fantastic for Werewolf. Of course, we have Kate Bishop. 3 out of 4 of these arrows are on reveal arrows, so they're all arrows that can help move your Werewolf and also move your cards across the board, clogging your opponent, adding extra power if it's not the on reveal with the Pim arrow, just being able to solidify a lane itself is really nice. And they're cheap. They're all 1 cost arrows, so it feels really good. Kate Bishop on reveal as well herself. A lot of solid just options there for your Werewolf. Of course, you have Merlin. You have all these spells that are insane, being able to change locations, turn cards into other cards that cost 1 more, being able to remove cards from the board and give you extra energy on the next turn. And it doesn't take up a board space. You play the spell out, and Werewolf moves into those lanes to be able to get that value from the Merlin spell, which is really impactful. There's not a direct substitution, I would say, for Merlin. I think he is very crucial to this list. Whereas like a Kate Bishop and like a Nico, you can maybe do a different 1 cost card. Definitely not going to be able to give you the same exact value as a Nico or as a Kate, but you could potentially do a different 1 cost on reveal or a 2 cost on reveal, even though I think these are pretty vital to this list as well, just giving you those Werewolf options. And Werewolf by Night, of course, is one of the key engines in this list as well. It moves to another location whenever an on reveal occurs. And of course, it has to be able to move to that other location to be able to get that +2 power. If Werewolf cannot move, it does not get that +2. Next, of course, we have Viper. Viper, of course, is another good way to be able to get this junk off your side of the board, whether it is the Void, whether it is a Demon, whether it is some of these just smaller cards potentially too, just to clog your opponent. It is an on reveal that flips a card to your opponent's side of the board, and of course, will move your Werewolf. Next, we have Zombie Captain Marvel in this list, which is an activate, not an on reveal, so this does not move Werewolf. So you would kind of use this in a way to be able to get your placement right for, I'm going to be losing this lane, so I'm going to be moving Werewolf to another area of the side of the board to make it so Zombie Captain Marvel can win me a lane, Werewolf can win me another lane, and we do some stuff like that, actually, in this list, or we make it so we're winning a lane so Zombie Captain Marvel can only choose 1 of the losing lanes instead of 1 out of 2 because we've either clogged that side of the board so Zombie Captain Marvel can't move over there, or we're winning that lane so Zombie Captain Marvel only looks at the lanes you're losing because, of course, you can't move to a winning location and cannot move to a location that you are tied at. Next, of course, we have the Juggernaut. Juggernaut is really nice in this also to be able to potentially offset clog, in the sense where if your opponent maybe is going to clog the furthest side of the board so that you can't move the Void over there, you can potentially Juggernaut those cards away and then send the Void over. So you use that as a potential clog card or just a win lane card is the main usage for Juggernaut here. And of course, it is an on reveal that does help your Werewolf as well. Next, we have Sentry. We're playing Junk. It's the Annihilus package. You got Sentry, you got Hood, you got Annihilus. It's like the big 3. And now Merlin, so it's kind of like the big 4 right now in this list. And of course, it's an on reveal. It's a 9-powered on reveal, which is really nice. And also sending the Void to the furthest right side of the board is really solid for your Zombie Captain Marvel. Gives her a card to be able to destroy. If you don't get that Viper, if you don't have that Merlin, if you don't have those Andy, you don't have any of those 3 cards, you have Zombie Captain Marvel to be able to declutter that side of the board for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And you're not running null in this list, so this card gets destroyed. You're not losing any extra power from that -9 onto another card, which is really nice and really solid in this list. And then we have Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider is one of our main kind of sneaky kind of tech cards we have in this. This card is absolutely incredible in the meta in general right now. Everyone is playing around this card and maybe not expecting it in like a Werewolf package. So we're running Cosmic Ghost Rider in here to be able to offset opponents' combos to give us extra value, using this on our opponent's Merlin so they can't have a way to de-junk themselves, using this on a Zombie Scarlet Witch so they can't get any more hunger value, using this on, First Steps Invisible Woman, Jocasta, pretty much any cards in the front lane just get absolutely obliterated by, the Cosmic Ghost Rider. And it's an on reveal, and it has a solid stat line at a 5/7. It feels really good as one of those main kind of like tech pieces in here, opposed to just the junk pieces. And then next we do have Annihilus. Annihilus is used, of course, to send junk to your opponent's side of the board. If they junk you send it back over, and of course, if it can't be sent over, it gets destroyed. So you are mitigating, you're still getting a net positive. Even if your opponent doesn't get clogged, removing the junk from your side of the board will give you value since you do not have that negative power on your side of the board. that is going to be the general gist of this. Like I said, maybe if you don't have your Cosmic Ghost Rider, this is where you could do something like a Red Guardian, or instead of Zombie Captain Marvel, you might be doing a Red Guardian because it's also an on reveal. Kind of just a couple options here. You could maybe even do, if you're playing a lot of ongoing decks, this could be an Enchantress instead of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, or, hear me out, call me crazy, Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike also would be nice as another way to be able to offset all of this negative power you have on your side of the board and also mitigate some of the stuff your opponent's running. So just keep that in mind as another alternative there. But that's going to be the gist of the deck guide. We're going to go ahead and jump right into some gameplay from stream last night. If you guys do enjoy the video or enjoy gameplay from stream, definitely feel free to check out the Twitch. We do stream pretty much every single day. I only take Thursdays most of the time, and I take Saturdays and Mondays off, but other than that, we are streaming pretty much the other 4 to 5 days a week, and some pretty long streams, and we can catch the gameplay live, check out, ask questions and everything too, like live response to everyone, and definitely feel free to like and comment and subscribe to this video if you guys love the content as well, and then I will see you guys at the end of the video. Should have accounted for it. Okay, we have Werewolf Sentry Annie here. Okay. Nico change location. I have kind of what I want here, so I don't hate this. They Yondu. Okay, Hood and Zabu. So it's going to be a big mill deck here, huh? Lots of mill things. Nico. They get my Annie. That is a bit unfortunate. I also should have Nico'd left, by the way. Should have Nico'd left. Extra energy for me. They Hood. Okay, so they're going to end up doing misery things. Yeah, we're going to Lady Deathstrike left. And then go Kate into Lady Deathstrike. Into Jin. Lady Deathstrike, give us a little bit of board space. They don't get the misery. No targets. I'm going to go Sentry. Let me go Zombie Captain Marvel. Jin, actually. Take Gladiator, which sends them over Viper. Which does clog them, by the way. And then Merlin. Into Demon. That's kind of unfortunate. If I do this, that, or hold on. If I do this, or let's do this, this, that. This is going to be... I lose to Cosmic Ghost Rider on the right here. Otherwise, Zombie Captain Marvel goes here. So this is going to be... Sorry. Acid Arrow. Chug. So this moves 17. Moves back to this. Activate Captain Marvel. We should be good. They Death, Shadow King, Jin, and Jin again. Okay. This should be plenty of power. So Werewolf moves over. I Jug left. Werewolf comes back. I Sentry into Pim Arrow. Zombie Captain Marvel destroys all 3 cards and then moves to the middle and wins me the game. Boom! Banger! Freaking banger, baby. Let's go. That was a pretty cool line. That was a pretty cool line. There is a world where instead we would have gone... I think that better play, though, the better play is Acid Arrow right. Acid Arrow right into Jug middle into Sentry left. That would have been the safer play to have more power middle, and that way, like, if they had played Death middle, we lose, right? But they played Death, or they played Shadow King first. If we had moved the Death over, or if we had moved the Shadow King over, it probably would have been safer. But yeah, that was marvelous. That was marvelous. We hit it. But Zombie Captain Marvel just didn't feel great in Dormammu Destroy. Okay. We do have Zabu. We don't always want to be setting up Zombie Captain Marvel on the right. While that is a great play for us, like a great play for us, not necessarily what we want all the time. Juggernaut getting hit, which, by the way, this Juggernaut variant is so good. So freaking good. 6 and Obi Dog? Sheesh. They have Prio. Green Gerblin. Oh no. Oh no. And I can't get into Big House, so that's a bit unfortunate. We can get into Rocket Pad, though. The Grandmaster, the Iron Patriot. All right. Into Professor X. Wow. So I lose to a lot. Well, does Goliath middle win? Goliath middle is solid, but we just have Annihilus. If I snap back, I think they retreat. So we just stay in here. Did not get what we wanted. Elysium's cool. Arishem with Elysium. Bro, there's so many people playing Arishem tonight. Like, holy moly. Holy moles. Just protecting against Red Guardian at this point. Okay, so... Yo, good night, Ink. Do you have a great night, my friends? I mean, this gives us something already. That's pretty good. Prodigy Time Stone. Okay, you are the leader, Inked. You are. This seems pretty good. I have Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm gonna have a bunch of energy to mess with. There's a world where I don't Zabu here, but I think it is just Zabu. Thanos, Yondu hits my hood. And then Time Stone draws another card. They're drawing a lot of cards. So I do this, that. Is it this, that, that? Jug them goes left. Cool. They time stone, Arishem, soulstone. Okay. I go Cosmic, Viper. Zabu, Omniversal? I mean, I could poly, but I don't want the odds of me hitting Carnage to happen. So I think this is the safest play for us. I wouldn't be surprised if they retreat. But I do think this is like the safest play for me. They also have 7 energy and a bunch of stuff they can do. So I think it's just this. They have to get above -9. They have to get like a pocket, like air. Like they have to have card generation stuff here. Yeah. I think we're just in a good spot. We probably could have snapped that, but I liked what we were working with in general. It's hard to snap into Airshim. Go into Nico into Hood kind of thing. We have Zabu, Kate, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Nico Hood. That's pretty good. Wakanda. Zombie Witch. I could go Acid. Oh, it could be cool. And then Merlin goes far right. Middle? He's gonna get 1 spell off. I have a feeling Werewolf can get bigger than that, so that's why I'm turning off Merlin instead. So he can get rid of this. If he uses a spell on Acid Arrow, I feel much better about my next play. Yeah, back-to-back games with Wakanda. Okay. Polly into Zorn. Into Kate. Um. He's got 7 cards. I can fill up this right location. Fanta. Into Hunker. This seems pretty good. Yeah, Zombie Giant Man comes down on the right, probably. Horde Hordes has -2 right now. So Zombie Giant Man will give another 2, be 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. 17 brings him to 23. Let's say it's another 2, 25. And I'm adding... another 8 here. I got a 29. I just don't think he stays in this game if I snap, so I do this. Do I lose? No, I still win, right? This is 18. You add another 11 to this, I win, right, too. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. The Abbey and nothing to play. I hate to see that. I mean, I get Werewolf anyways, but... Kate. I don't draw a card, but this helps me with Prio. So Werewolf doesn't get hit by Red Guardian is my thought process. Attack and skill cards. Well, I mean, technically isn't Gorgon that way? No. That would be interesting. The Acid Arrow is unfortunate into basic. Grapple. Oh, that's also really good. This is going to get hit by Red Guardian. Hood. Oh, is it Hood Viper? Hood. Oh. Okay. So I can snap this back? Question mark. And I don't take Prio here. If they play Goliath left, that's 13. I think it's... Yeah. Aha! You activated my trap card. Cool. Cool. All right. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick around to the very end, let me know down below. Did I mess up with Zombie Captain Marvel saying that she was a buy? Spoiler alert. Or do you think she actually does have hope and I'm just being a little bit too hard on the card? Let me know down below. Did you guys end up picking up Zombie Captain Marvel? How you guys thought about Sanctum? You know, did you guys enjoy the Sanctum as well? And definitely, like I said, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. It's been real. God bless, and Tucker out.